So basically, I mean, it worked, which is fundamentally the point.
That's a good
And
start. Yeah.
but this was the thing, right? So there's not loads of nitty gritty around that fact because I mean, our guys spent a day just making sure that the signals flowed in and out, and actually it worked. It was reliable, so it did what we wanted it to do, and we would totally use it again for deployment in that scenario when we're going out to field and bringing signals in. The bit that we didn't quite delve into as much as we wanted to was the idea of creating an NDI signal flow from that unit. Because I understand that's possible, isn't it? But we didn't get a chance to really sort of unlock
Yeah.
that
So
over.
the NDI signal flow is at the output side, so on the server side. So yeah, exactly right. Like the cloud implementation we're seeing, but I can imagine why it would be beneficial to you because obviously you use vMix. So being able to go from the live view server out of NDI is absolutely possible. So you can go out from the servers as SDI, NDI, RTMP, SRT, RTSP, all the other Motown and songs, I'm sure. But yeah, so all you need to do is you need to enable it is that there's a license and there's a tick box effectively which turns on NDI from the output of the server, and then NDI will flow from the server side around your network. So not on the unit side today, but on the receiver side, yeah, we absolutely support NDI as a server
But
output.
on that receiver side, we just basically had the SDI output connected and then encoded.
Yeah. So you're doing a double encode at that point, which isn't necessary. You can just hand off native NDI out, so you wouldn't need to do that step long term. So you can probably get some slight improvements in quality and equally some slight improvements around a reduction in latency, because obviously that secondary encode is going to add a bit of latency, whereas our NDI pass through it's pretty much instantaneous, really. There's the very little latency added when we basically take the LRT stream in, rewrap it as NDI and push it out. Our decoding latency is already very low. So to hand it out as NDI, it's almost similar to SDI really in terms of latency. In the end, you can look at all the sims and you can look at all the graphs and you can look at all of the error correct. You can look at everything, but in the end, the vast majority of camera operators that we work with and field crews, right, they've got enough to do, and they don't want all of that complexity. They're being asked to do quite a lot already. Whether it be rigging, whether it be setting up the unit or the light or the camera or the audio, there's so many things to do. So that is also why we have these kind of two working methodologies, right? Where you can have the unit side, keep it simple, plug in the video inputs, turn it on,